Hey old soul, just over a year ago I sold everything I owned and moved to the land of Bali with my ex-husband and 3 kids. Now I live my dream life, traveling first class around the world, teaching others how to do the same. If you are ready for a life that is so abundant and free, where money flows like air so effortlessly that you don't even care because you are simply focusing on you and allowing everything to be true, then you are exactly where you need to be. Let me teach you how to be wildly abundant and insanely free. Welcome to Bali. It is such a beautiful day. Good morning from sunny Bali. The birds are singing. The sun is smiling. It is a beautiful, magical, phenomenal day to be a deep dive, to do this thing that we call life. We're not going to survive. We are going to thrive. And I'm going to show you exactly how I help my clients do this, because when you understand that this entire reality is empty space, and in order for you to calibrate to higher frequencies, to higher levels of magnetism, it becomes really fun. It becomes really easy. So let's play, because I hate boring things and I hate life being boring. I love fun and just really relishing in all that is. So, energy work. Right now we are going through a global mass awakening, and every single person in this group is insanely spiritual. You would not be here if you were not spiritual. You wouldn't understand what I was speaking about if you weren't spiritual. So what I do as an energy worker is I channel this life force frequency. Many different cultures, many different religions call it something very, very, very different. Some call it Kundalini, some call it prana, some call it chi. And what you have to understand is that every single person that speaks of this Kundalini energy is holding very, 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 very different containers for this medicine. Most people that do this energy work where they channel the frequency, and through the channeling of the frequency, it's a little bit like the tuning fork, because I'm channeling this frequency, you are waking up this frequency within you, and it starts to awaken it within you, and all of a sudden everything in your physical body that isn't in alignment to this frequency starts to clear, it starts to leave, it starts to move away really, 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 really beautifully and effortlessly. And so through this, you're able to step into higher realms of consciousness. Why I always say to my clients, do not do this unless you're ready for massive change, is because everything in your physical reality starts falling apart. Ask any of my clients, every single thing in this physical reality starts to fall apart, starts to move, starts to shapeshift. And it's just like really, really, really crazy. It's like someone went and got a sledgehammer and smashed up your reality, and it just went pshh. Now, what I always teach my clients when this happens, when you're going through this metamorphosis process, is you just observe. A caterpillar does not sit in the chrysalis and go, oh my God, get me out of here. I need to get out of here. It's just like, okay, clearly we are turning into a butterfly. This is quite random, but let's go along with this. So as they're going through this metamorphosis process, it is really, really, really beautiful. There is expansion. You have to realize that when you call something in, the universe needs to create more light in your vessel. How the universe does this is by clearing space in your being. Now, this is coined in this physical reality as pain, as discomfort, as I don't want to be here, this is too much, I shouldn't be dealing with this. And most people never make it through the metamorphosis process. Most people get stuck in the chrysalis, in the tension, because they have thinking patterns that don't serve the transformational journey of the soul. And so it's a really, really, really interesting way that this works, because what a lot of people do is they desire more money, they desire more abundance, they're calling the money in, and the universe is like, awesome, I see you. The current vessel that you have right now is not sustainable to holding that level of wealth. So we need to expand your vessel, allow more light to come in. The way that we are going to clear and expand your vessel to allow more light in is by what's that high pressured hose that's like zzz, and it's like cleaning your field, and it's allowing all of the dirt and the debris and all the old thinking patterns to clear so that you have a larger vessel. Now, what most people do when this starts to happen is, I don't want to be here, I don't want to do this is too hard, I give up, and they don't hold the frequency of the goal that they desire, knowing that this is a true part of the spiritual process and a part of your evolution. What most people do during this time is they go back to old ways. They go back to the gossiping, the alcohol, the drugs, the sex, all the things that, and I'm not saying sex is bad, I'm just saying if you're single and you're sleeping around and it is a trauma pattern for you, anything that's locked into codes of trauma, people go back to that instead of thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, and allowing more and more and more light in so that you can expand your vessel to receive more wealth and abundance. And this is why I work with the energy of Kundalini, because Kundalini, prana, chi, life force, I don't want you to get stuck on the names because a lot of people do, and a lot of people talk about all the negative side effects, and I want you to be really, really, really mindful of this, because, and I will talk about this actually, because a lot of people say to me, Eva, I've heard a lot of negative things about Kundalini energy work and things like this. I always say to people, do not work with me if you're not ready for massive change. Everything that you do, you have chosen. You have a million trillion different timelines available to you right now. You can choose any timeline that you desire right now in this moment. If you've chosen to work with a frequency as potent as Kundalini, as life force energy, and you go up to this high frequency and you're working, doing this healing session with this high frequency, and you've chosen to heal, you've chosen to go after your goals, you're in this process that is cleaning out all the cobwebs in your psyche, and you leave the session and all of a sudden everything starts to fall away. The relationship that wasn't for the highest good, the business that wasn't for the highest good, all the things start to fall away, and all of a sudden you start getting really uncomfortable. It's like the caterpillar in the chrysalis. It's uncomfortable right before you become a butterfly. What a lot of people do is they're like, oh, Kundalini is bad because everything's falling away and this is crazy, and they go into deep bouts of depression because they were not ready for everything to change. This is why my prices are the way that they are. This is why I say to people, don't ever work with me if you are not ready for massive change, because your entire life is going to change. Most people are under the illusion that I can become a butterfly without going through the transformation. You cannot get to the life that you desire right now. Everything in your reality has to die. Who you are right now has to die. The egoic identity that you have attained to have the reality that you are on right now must die for you to become the millionaire, for you to become the billionaire. And most people don't want to die. Most people are not willing to do what it takes. Most people will feel the download of I need to leave that partner, but they won't ever take the action. Most people will get the download of I need to sell that business, but they won't take the action. I need to join that program, but they won't take the action. The reason I am where I am, and I say this with so much love, if you know me, if you've worked with me, if you can really understand me, I have died a million times. I have left so many things. You have no idea how many times I have died. Even in the last 2 weeks, I've had to let staff member go, bring new staff in. It is a constant death cycle. And if you cannot get good at the life and death cycles and the, okay, this is the energy work, we're cleaning out my field, and it's not becoming more of what you are, it's discarding all that you are not. The work I do is uncomfortable. It is effortless flow when you start to get into rhythm of the cycles. When you start to realize that when it's for the highest good of all involved, and I win, you win, we all win together, it's effortless flow. The caterpillar turns into a butterfly effortlessly. It's part of its evolution. It's natural. It's nature. But it's uncomfortable being in the chrysalis, because who the hell grows wings that doesn't feel uncomfortable? There are big freaking wings coming out of its back. It's growing pains. It's like when little children are like, my legs are really sore because their legs are growing. There's growing pains. It's part of nature. It's part of life. But when you get to a level of consciousness that gets excited for the pain, gets excited for the transformation, gets excited for the metamorphosis, you're like, awesome. I don't have to worry anymore. I don't have to be going, oh my gosh, this shouldn't be like this. Kundalini's bad. This is bad. And being all negative. It's like, no, this is part of the process. I chose this. I chose the millions of dollars. So of course, Every single part of me that's broke has to die in order to obtain that. Every part of me that's scared has to die in order to obtain that. Every part of me that is not looking after my health, which is wealth, must die so I can attain this. Most people desire it, but they're not willing to go through the metamorphosis. The reason I love this work more than you could ever imagine is because it's fast. We create the chrysalis. You step in, the shifts are massive, you move fast. It is quick. But you have to know that you're ready to change, because guess what, guys? Next year is the year of the snake. Anybody that joins the Elite Energy Hub in 2025 or just now before we enter 2025 is going to go through the roof, because it's going to be the skin shedding and coming through. It is new beginnings. It is new ways of being. It is the new. It is stepping into who you truly are on the deepest level. I'm not going to lie to you, and I'm not going to bullshit you. There's some parts of the ego that don't want to die. There's some things that do not want to be let go of. But the faster you get good at this process, literally for me, I'm like, okay, I'm uncomfortable. I need more support. This needs to change. Let's go. Whereas in the past, I would have cried for years and years and years on end going, I don't want to be here. I don't want to do this. And I'm just like, cool. We go, we move, we fly, we stay in the groove. So if you feel called to shed the snake skin, you are ready to tap into and unlock multiple 7 figures effortlessly in 2025, because you know that you've been through enough in life, because you know that you are done doing it the hard way, because you know that no matter what happens, you are going to be able to be in a supportive community where it's just going to feel like snake skin shedding. It's not going to feel like, oh my gosh, I shouldn't be here anymore. It's just like, you are a leader. You can step in. You can claim that, you can own that, you can relish in that, you can keep expanding and expanding and expanding, because when you start to work with your life force energy, you start flying. It is like life puts you on a surfboard and you are riding the waves more than you could ever know, because you slowly start to get into this higher level of consciousness where it's just like, I'm ready. Let's go. Let's move. I'm not available for riffraff anymore. I'm not available for low months anymore. I'm not available for basic people anymore. You are just here. Your path is clear and you are ready to move without fear. And if that feels like you, join the Elite Energy Hub below. But make sure in your heart, in your mind, your heart and your soul, that you are ready for a life beyond your wildest dreams, and you are ready to move, because things will never be slow again. They will never be slow again, but I do have to say this. Everything speeds up like wildfire, but your tempo is slow. It's like you're just allowing, you're in flow, and it's like the ocean waves are carrying you and you are on a surfboard and you are flying through life, and you're looking around and it's calm and it's peaceful and the sun is shining and it's glimmering on the waves, and you are just there living your best life going, wow. There are things that are so insanely good in this world, and you have to understand that your wildest dreams that you foresee for you now are the biggest limitations you could ever imagine, because the only reason that you can see these wildest dreams right now are because you are on this timeline. But when you keep quantum leaping and doing this energy work that I take all of my clients through, you start to see different facets of different timelines, and you're flowing and you're moving and you're expanding. You're just like, wow. She was right. Heaven on earth truly does exist, and it never stops getting better and 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 better. I love you. I see you. Have the most beautiful, magical, phenomenal day. If you're ready to be activated in 2025, do a deep dive into this thing that we call life. Jump on the surfboard and go farther than you could ever know. Click on the link below, because it's going to be magical. If you're not ready to go fast just yet and you do want to check out the 1111 portal, please just send me a DM or comment below 1111, because we are offering that right now, only for the next couple of weeks, for $555 USD a month. So not a month, sorry, one-off payment for that. But the Elite Energy Hub is 1111. Yes, you are in insane alignment each month for 12 months. You're gonna move so fast. It will be the most insane transformation you have. So don't do not sign up if you're not ready for massive change, because I've never seen anything done like this. I'm the only person in the world that is running a program like this that actually includes these insane energy activations as much as I'm offering them, because I know the power of them, because I've seen the power of them working with hundreds of clients worldwide, and I cannot tell you, the results are consistent and they are constantly the same. Eva, you have no idea. Eva, you have no idea. Everything's changed since I started working with you. Everything. And I am just the vessel. I hold the frequency. Through the energy that I hold, it awakens within you. And through that energy, expect miracles. Expect it to get so good you don't even know what hit you. Big love, wealthy old soul. I love you. I see you. And I am so excited for everything that's coming for you, because it is about to get so magical. Big love, wealthy old soul. Mwah.